Good evening, everybody. Welcome to NorCal Sports Network. Was not thinking of doing a show today, and told you guys had the night off. And you know what? After talking with Casey Schmidt this afternoon, I was this close to getting Casey on tonight live. And Casey wasn't able to make it, but we'll get him on another time. So had a good talk with Casey. They're up in Seattle right now. And I was talking to him about, what time was I talking to Casey here? Hold on here. Hey. See, there's the conversation. Casey. Said he won't be able to do it, but I told him, are you up in Seattle? He says, yes. I said, cool, go get him. Hoping to see you in the lineup. I'm one of your biggest fans. I believe you should be in the lineup on a regular basis. He says, I appreciate it. Thank you. So my conversation with Casey Schmidt this afternoon. So I thought, you know what? We won't get Casey on, but I've got an interview set up for you guys that no one's ever seen before. We're going to play at 8:45, guys. Here in the next 12 minutes, I'll start the interview. We've got 50 minutes of interviews. I've got Michael Conforto. It's about a 16-minute plus interview. I've got the Rogers twins. I've got Sean Jelly. I got Brett Wisely, Blake Sable, and Wilmer Flores, who may not be a Giant next year, but we've got him this year. So we're going to have all six, actually seven players, because the Rogers count as two. Conforto, Rogers, three, two of them, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 separate interviews, guys. Yes, Lou Marson, surprise, 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 like Gomer Pyle. That's right. So come on in, everybody. We're going to get to see some interviews that have not been seen before. And just to update you guys a little bit, what's happening around baseball. The Giants didn't play today, but they didn't have a good day because the Atlanta Braves did play today, guys, and they won. So not good news for the Giants, because remember, the Giants are 5 behind the Braves in the loss column. Every game the Braves win, it hurts the Giants, because the Giants got to have them lose at least 6 games. They're 5 behind, but they got to lose 6 more than the Giants, because the Giants do not have the tiebreaker. The Braves have the tiebreaker. The Mets are beating the Padres. Not good either for the Giants. So this could turn out to be a double whammy, where they lose a half game to the Mets and a half game to the Braves, the two teams they're chasing first. They need to get past the Mets and then the Braves before they can catch the Padres. The Padres are probably uncatchable. Yankees beat the Guardians today 6-0. Aaron Judge hit another home run, number 48. Stanton hit a 3-run shot. Nice to see, as he's on my fantasy ball club. Nationals beat the Rockies. Cardinals beat the Brewers 3-0, a team right behind the Giants. So they have actually closed the gap. I believe that makes them only one game behind. Let's see, Cardinals 63 and 64, Giants 65 and 64. So they're basically a game behind, but they're caught up in the loss column. So if the Cardinals win 2 in a row, and the Cardinals, remember, swept the Giants in St. Louis and also at Rickford Field in Alabama, that game. So 3 games sweep by the Cardinals. So the Cardinals only have to win 1 game in the final 3 if it came down to those 2 teams. For the Cardinals would have the tiebreaker. Cubs, another team right behind the Giants, won. So Giants had the only team that lost that's behind the Giants of meaningful is the Reds. Blue Jays win 5-3 over the Angels, and the Astros beat the Orioles 6-0. And there's your Brave score, 3-2. So, guys, not a good day for the San Francisco Giants, even though it was an off day. So we've got interviews with the Giants coming up at 8:45. We'll play those. Those run just over 50 minutes. After those interviews, I will come back and close the show out a little after 9:30. I guess it would be probably about 9:40. I'll come back, but want to get that going for you. Also, we're doing a membership. We have 17 members. If you want to join and become a member, that would be great. We will be doing something when we get to 50 members. We'll do a little giveaway, whether that's tickets to, if we make it before the end of the Giants season, maybe we'll get you tickets for that last series against the St. Louis Cardinals, or we'll do something. We'll figure out a little prize we'll do a random drawing of the 50 members. We'll just give each member a number, and we'll put the spinner on, and we'll pick a prize for the winner for those who are members. It's only $4.99 a month. If you want to join, great. You get some of the videos we have up right now, different videos we put together that are just for members only. We've got merchandise coming. James says no way he wants a hat. Okay. MF Warriors tickets. Well, that might take more than 50 members for Warrior tickets. That might take 100 at least. So what else we got going here? We've got the membership going. We have also, there was one other thing I was going to mention. Oh, subs. Yeah, guys, the subs. We want the like and subscribe. There it is, guys. Subscribe to NorCal Sports Network. Tell your friends and family. We're at 2270. We're about 230 members away, or subs, 230 subs away from 2,500. We'd love to get there by the end of the year, maybe blow past that, as we'll be doing Niner content coming up. We've got all kinds of coverage coming up. By the way, guys, next Thursday night, 7:00 p.m., we've got the interview with a former head coach in the National Football League. And we're not talking head coach from the 70s or 80s. We're talking a recent head coach in the NFL, former player, head coach, right here, NorCal Sports Network, going to be live. We got the Giants tomorrow night in Seattle. I saw MF's comment Marlins, and I was thinking Mariners. I was thinking Mariners, but reading Marlins, and I was getting Mariners in my mind. MF's going to the Marlins series next weekend. Very good. We'll see. That might be we'll see what happens in September. Last two in August and first game of September. So it should be pretty interesting. MF's guessing. We can't let it out of the bag. We will give it out a sneak preview to our members, though. Our members will get a sneak preview a day or two before who the interview is going to be with. So, guys, just hang in there. The next Thursday night, a week from tonight, it'll actually be over by this time. So, I've got the interviews of the Giants coming up. Michael Conforto. Here's the order, guys. Michael Conforto, the Rogers twins. That's a good interview. Actually, the Conforto interview is a great interview. Sean Jelly, good interview. Standing next to Sean Jelly looks pretty funny. I'm 5'11". He's 6'11". 1 foot above me. And it looks a lot more than a foot to me when I'm watching it. Then Brett Wisely, Blake Sable, and Wilmer Flores to round it out. I want to give you guys a little bit of something else here. Since I had almost Casey on, you know what? Let me just play a little Casey interview. This was before we had Casey on the show. This is, do I have it in here? Let me see. Hold on. My mouse is not. Yeah, I got a 3-minute interview here with Casey. I'm going to play this for you real quick, and then we'll get to the other interviews. Here's Casey Schmidt from last year, 2023 season. Okay, here with Giants. Yeah, let me kill that. We got too much music in there, and I don't want to get a strike for they got music in the background there. Hopefully we don't have music in the background from the other interviews that we play, but we'll work around it. Anyway, what do we got? What can we play that how about the home run call? Remember I talked to you about playing always wanting to be an announcer since I was a kid. Here's my attempt at calling a game. In between pitches, too. I got to carry on things. I got to talk like I'm on the radio. So here it is. 2 years ago in San Diego, Wilmer Flores at the plate. Dan Cochimilio here reporting live for the Krug Show at Petco Park in San Diego. The Giants and Padres are all knotted up at 1 in the top of the 8th. Jock Peterson on first and Wilmer Flores the batter. The 0-2 pitch. Flores takes low 1-2. Giants have been in a funk for weeks now. They've got to do something. They've got to rally. Does Gabe try and get something going by sending Peterson to stay out of a double play just to wake this club up? Got to do something. Flores the bat. Oh, almost throws it away. Something going on over there on the first base side of the field. There's something going on in the stands. I don't know exactly what that is. Okay, Garcia gets set. He looks in. The 1-2 pitch to Flores. There's a drive, deep left field. That thing's got a chance. It's at the wall. Gone! A 2-run homer. Wilmer Flores, and the Giants lead it 3-1. Just what the Giants needed. All right. 2022 season, Carlos Rodon pitched a gem that afternoon. Did you guys notice the crowd, how packed that place was? Isn't that electric what San Diego's got going down there? And here they are. Last year, they missed the playoffs. And this year, they're rocking and rolling again. And, poor fans in the toilet. It's probably me like, shut the hell up, Dan. Exactly. Especially the guys I was sitting next to. Although I met a lot of nice San Diego Padre fans. And we had a pretty cool – so I met some season ticket holders I was sitting with. And we had a little ticket exchange when they went to San Francisco – got them some tickets, and because they were going up to see the Giants and the Padres. So being in Arizona, I was able to get tickets to them. So pretty cool, but everybody was cool. I love that stadium. It's rocking and rolling. That crowd, I mean, the gas lamp district down in San Diego, I used to go to school in San Diego in college, and that place has totally been revitalized. Down there by Seaport Village is Petco Park. And, you know, what I loved about Petco Park there is just the whole area was it was a happening district. I was at my hotel. It was a few blocks away. My wife and I were there, and we walked to the game. And when it was about, I don't know, got back late and I was starving. It was about 1 a.m. and I was like, gosh, I want to get something to eat. So I went out of the hotel, walked down. I found a pizza joint that was open and selling pizzas by the slices of pizza. So I definitely got me some pizza and had some fun with that. That was pretty cool. But yeah, we had a blast. Let me see if I can actually show you some pictures of Petco Park here. Let me see. I think this is it. No, that's in San Francisco. I'm looking here. When did we go? Oh, here we go. Look at this. Look. In my background, we had our matching sweatshirts. How's that, huh? Matching sweatshirts. See? And that isn't the shoes, the Nike shoes I showed you the other day. I had 2 pair of orange and black shoes. But pretty fun. Wife and I, we loved Petco Park. And that was awesome. Yes, Cliff, definitely want to get together with you if we go to Petco. In fact, I just might take a trip over there. When's the game in September? When is the game in September? Let me take a look. Giants, Padres play September 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's what? 2 weeks? Ooh. Maybe that Saturday night game would be fun. Just maybe. See if I can put that together. I mean, I would just go to just to see the park. I love the park. But guys, we are ready for time for the interviews. It's 8:50 or 8:48, a little bit behind. Yeah, September 6th to 8th. I'm going to look that up, Cliff. I'm going to see. I still got some points left with Southwest. I used them some for. I'm taking a trip to Dallas in November, but I might have enough points to get over there and make a free flight and everything. I think I even got some hotel points too. So with my American Airlines deal. So let's play the interviews, guys. I will come back at the end of this. It goes for about 51, 52 minutes. So 8:50, call it about 9:40. Come back, wrap up the show. And here we go, guys. This is from last year, 2023. My interviews with Michael Conforto, the Rogers twins, Sean Jelly, Brett Wisely, Blake Sable, and Wilmer Flores. Had more, but wanted to put these ones out. I think you're going to enjoy, especially this first one with Conforto. Great interview. Here we go, guys. Oops.
In your live batting off Junis, was that your first live of the off season? Since being
it was. Yeah. I took some lives during the lockout. That was probably the last time before today. So it felt good to be back in the box. I mean, it felt comfortable. Definitely not picking up the spin right now. I can hit the straight ones, but it's going to be a little bit. I got to give myself some grace and recognizing those shapes and the spin and the way it's coming out of his hand. So it's going to be bit by bit every day.
You think that'll give you more opportunities where you'll actually be in more live at bats during spring training games?
I think the plan is they're going to try to get me in anytime they can, especially in this kind of setting where it's just seeing pitches, just taking swings. Eventually we'll move to real at bats. That was kind of like just get your 5 pitches and work it that way. But we're 5 days away from a game, so over the next few days, I'm sure I'll get plenty of time to just try to.
Plan is probably DH and then get you in some other games where you're batting leadoff or something just in
Yeah,
spring games, just to get as
where I
many
can-
at bats as you can get.
Yeah, try to get as many as I can under my belt, and get my zone back, my eyes, back on on speed for what we got coming at us. Junie's got a great slider.
Yeah, he does.
He really does. So that was a good guy to kind of step in and get a.
Yeah, you got a hold of that one to the left center.
I did, not quite. I should probably go into the gym right now and push some weight a little bit.
Yeah. So how's it feel to be with a new organization? I mean, you've been with the Mets your whole career, right?
Yeah, it's a whirlwind. I mean, especially here, there's so much support staff. I mean, there are so many travel people. There's so many, medicals, video people, clubhouse staff. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I'm new, but it feels like there's a lot of people to meet, and I'm really trying hard to remember names. But you're going through all that, and then just kind of figuring out how things work in camp, in a new place. And
right now, you grew up in Seattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Area. So this is really your first time kind of back west after being with New York for how many years? Been 6 with New York? Or?
Drafted in 14, made my debut in 15. So 7 years.
Yeah. Okay. How's the shoulder actually feeling right now?
The shoulder feels great. If there's anything, it's just a little tight, I guess, which is the whole point of the surgery, is tighten it up, tighten everything back up in there.
Was it a rotator or what was it?
It was labrum, rotator.
Labrum, okay.
Just a little bit of everything. I mean, it's just banged up from years of football, diving around, playing baseball, and just a lot of wear and tear. And but it's feeling great. I can bounce back every day after throwing, no soreness. I'm getting my range back bit by bit. It's actually pretty good, almost back to where it was. And so, it's just going to be one day at a time and just keep working it.
Yeah, so you coming from New York, what's the best thing and the worst thing about playing in New York?
Well, I mean, I love my time there. Man, I have so many good memories, so many people that, best thing about it, probably the people I was around every single day, whether it's parking attendants, security, their medical staff, my teammates, and the fans are passionate, and they know baseball. It's a baseball town. The food out there is fantastic. The worst thing, I don't know. I mean, probably the worst thing is being on the East Coast and being so far from the family.
Yeah.
Them having to stay up late watching games, night games, could keep you up until 1 a.m. on the West Coast. So, I don't really have a whole lot of bad to say about it over there. I mean, obviously I had a great career over there, and they gave me every opportunity, and I love my time over there. But I think it was a good time for me to make a scenery change and come back to the West Coast and be a part of a great organization.
As a player playing in New York, is it hard? Are you just getting booed at times, or do you just let it go? And
well, you definitely have to develop a thick skin, because even at home they're going to let you know
right.
if you're not playing well. So that's a hard thing to deal with. And I got sent down, I got brought back up, I went through some slumps, and it's something you have to learn to deal with. There really is no place like it as far as that goes, but when you win,
no better feeling.
It's that same way on the other side. So I'm excited to experience the way the Giants fans, I mean, from what I could tell, just as passionate, just as knowledgeable about the game. They show up, they really do show up. So
it's a fan base that is very supportive. Really doesn't usually openly boo a player, even if he's struggling, just because it's just a different mentality out here. But I asked this to Jock in the clubhouse earlier. When you hit a ball that you just get all of it, and you walk it off or whatever, what's that feeling like? Emotional? What kind of emotions do you feel like getting all of it, and maybe you know, it's a home game and the crowd's going crazy, 40+ thousand.
Yeah.
What's that feel like to you?
I mean, there's nothing like it. It's kind of an indescribable thing. I mean, what I would say is like, you know, it just kind of wells up in your stomach, and then, you know, it's just a great uplifting, high vibration feeling. You know, because you did something for your team. You did something that you dream about as a kid. You accomplish a goal. And, you know, I can't really put it into words. I mean, it's why we play the game. You know, we chase those feelings. And it's such a special thing in this game because you don't know, number one, if you're going to have the opportunity to come up and win the game. You know, you kind of have to be in that rotation of the lineup. And also, it's such a game of failure. I mean, you know, the odds are stacked against you. So when you defeat the odds and you're up in the right spot and everything comes, you know.
Yeah, when you look
perfect.
at it that way, 70% people in the Hall of Fame have failed 70% of the time or better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a special thing. So I'm looking forward to having some of those moments this year.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, the club itself, I mean, they brought you in, Haniger, Peterson, 3 of you guys have had 30+ homer seasons in your career. The Giants have not had a 30 home run hitter since Barry Bonds, I believe, in 2006, 7, somewhere in that area.
Right.
I mean, if you and Haniger, Mitch, and Jock all hit to your potential and hit 30+, that could make this club a whole different club this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Haniger has a 40.
I know he got 39.
You got 39?
39 and 21, I believe.
Well, I mean, you know, that's kind of one of the things I see is just so many guys that the upside is awesome with the guys that we've brought in, and also the guys that have been here for a long time. I mean, if we all, you know, play, you know, we don't have to do anything crazy special. We just go out there and be ourselves. We're going to win a lot of ball games, and I feel like we're going to be in a really good spot. You know, like you said, I mean, if we can put some balls out of the ballpark, in addition to what the Giants typically do in playing sound baseball, great defense, great pitching, and add the long ball in there, situational hitting, which they've also been very good at. that makes for a very complete team. You know, so I'm really happy with the guys that we have.
Have you been much of a base stealer in your career?
The numbers would say no. Yeah, but you know, I think I can be an above average base runner. I think the top end speed isn't there, but I can get better in a lot of areas. The way I round the bases, you know, understanding the situations. You know, it's something that I need to put an emphasis on, and you know, I can surprise some people with some stolen bases. They'll be sleeping up there while I'm on first. So, and especially with the 2 pickoffs, the new rules.
Yeah. Are you going to try and maybe bait pitchers into
Sure,
try and
I'll
throw
go
over
out there
for at least twice? And then
I'll get way off and just take a one-way lead where I know I'm going back if he's picking. Still get a good secondary, but you know, try to get those picks out of the way, and then you know, then it's kind of a green light. You know, you can't come over, so you can get off and
I guess they can come over, take the chance of picking you off. If not, it's a balk, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So now you've been in the game for quite a while, but I'm sure you're a fan of the game. Who's your most favorite player to watch that's that you would say is you just love to watch their game?
I used to come out and actually watch Freddie Freeman take BP. I'm not really a comparable body type, but I loved his approach. You know, he's a guy who hits 300 every year, close to 30 homers, hits a lot of doubles, and he just stays low and hits little line drives over the shortstop, you know, for 4 or 5 rounds of BP. So I really like watching him play. One of the guys that he hasn't played a whole lot lately, but I watched him a lot in the NL East, Anthony Rendon. I used to love watching him hit. Hated chasing after the balls that he'd hit, but you know, it just always felt like he was never out of an at bat. He let the ball travel so much. Juan Soto, another guy that I love watching hit. Hated being in the outfield while he was out there in the box, but the kid's a special player.
Yeah.
So those are. I'm biased. I'm NL East.
Yeah.
I see those guys a lot. So
now, two more questions. One, with the shift being gone, and you face the shift being a left-handed hitter, not seeing that guy in shallow right field this year, will that change your approach of having to try to loft it to get a hit versus just, hey, now I can just go up there and hit the ball on the line and I'm going to probably get a hit?
Yeah. I think that the idea was, a lot of times it wasn't so much that you're trying to loft it over that guy. You're really just trying to use the open side of the field. And I'm a guy that, I like to think I can go line to line if I get the right pitch. But when you block off this side and you tell yourself you're going to the left side of the field, you can get a little bit, you can jam yourself up a little bit. It can change the things that you do well, which, finishing your swing to the pull side. You hit a top spun, 105 mile an hour ball into that hole and it gets picked by the guy, standing there in the outfield. You tell yourself that's a bad swing when really, you hit the ball hard.
Right.
So it kind of evens that out a little bit, lets us finish our swing and not try to get so inside the ball and really just try to push it over to the left side. It's kind of a defensive approach to hitting. So I think it just kind of opens our left-handed hitters in the league up to take their full swing and not have to worry about, hitting into a double play even sometimes on that side.
Good. Last question. Giants have been known as a platoon team the last few years. They signed you here. Did they sign you here and tell you to expect to be an everyday player, or did they give you any, thoughts of platooning at all? Or
I'm under the impression that, I'm going to be expecting to be out there and left every day. We'll see as things progress. Again, I have a year out of the game, so it's going to take some time for me to get my bearings back against left-handed pitching. I've had great years against left-handed pitching. It's not something that I, am particularly worried about when I walk up to the plate. I like the challenge. I like being in there against lefties. And sometimes it can kind of get me dialed in where I'm, I got to stay on the ball a little bit longer and use the whole field. That's the approach that works for me against lefties.
Yeah.
So that can kind of bring me back to zero a little bit, when it's a little easier against righties to let that shoulder fly open. So I think it could be a good thing for me. We haven't had a whole lot of conversations as far as platooning goes, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get ready to be out there every day.
Yeah, great. I don't know if you're aware of this, but the Giants have had a different left fielder every year since 2007.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a starting opening day left fielder since Barry left. So I know you're here and you have an actual opt-out, but if you start in left field, we'll hope you'll be back for next year as well to be break that streak. So now, if with an opt-out, that's a pretty interesting contract, because if you have a great year, the ball, you kind of have the hold the cards, and so to speak. Would you be, if things are going well and you have a great year and they come to you in mid-season and say, hey, we want to, sign you long term, is that something you think you'd be open to?
I'm definitely not going to rule anything out. The only thing I'll say to that is, I got to get into a game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So all that stuff is kind of built in there just as protection for me. Obviously I put my faith in my agency and in Scott. He's going to do everything he can to put me in the best position moving forward. So that's kind of out of my field of view right now.
Right.
Really,
you just
really
want to get in the box and face live pitching. And
I got to get through spring, and then I got to get out to the outfield when the games start to count.
That's great. Well, I wish you all the best. Hope you have a fantastic season, an all-star season again.
Appreciate it.
And we'll look forward to talking to you in the future.
Absolutely.
All right. Here with Giants reliever Tyler Rogers. And Tyler, you're coming off of a year where it was somewhat not to your expectations at times during the year, but then you had to close the season out pretty well. How did the offseason go for you, and how you feel going into 23 camp?
Yeah, I'm excited for 23. Aside from the obvious fact that my brother's here now.
Yeah, I see he's got a locker right next to you.
Yeah, but no, aside from that, I'm excited for 23. We got a lot of new guys, a lot of excitement, and off-season was good. Got to spend some good quality time with my son, and
that's great.
It went by fast, but we're ready.
Yeah. Now, you and your brother are identical twins, but he throws left, overhand, more power. You're a submariner, right-hander. When did you start throwing submarine?
Yeah, I started, I guess, my freshman year of junior college. That would be 15 years ago or so. It was a long time ago. But,
were you overhand prior to?
Yeah.
And more velocity overhand?
Not really.
Not really? No? Okay.
But that was way back when. So
yeah,
it's changed a lot since I converted. But yeah, glad I did.
Yeah, I noticed you wear the white shoes because of the ball being white. It was said with your delivery practically coming from just above your shoe top. This
can't hurt.
Yeah.
Can't hurt.
Does that put any pressure on the shoulder or any part of the arm that from throwing submarine that low versus coming over the top?
I'm not sure what the actual science is behind it, but knock on wood, I haven't had any arm issues.
Yeah.
So maybe there is something to it.
So, your role is probably changing a little bit this year with your brother being maybe the eighth inning guy or sharing closing with Camilo Duvall. Have they told you what slot you may be in what inning?
Not really. Well, if you look back last year, I pitched every inning from the second to the ninth.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, when you say my role is going to change, my role is everything.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I'm expecting, and that's what I'm ready for.
21, you were really more of a late inning, seventh, eighth, even some ninth inning close situations.
I like to be able to be versatile and do whatever. Bullpen days, maybe go a little lengthier, and days where maybe Taylor and Duvall need a day, you can plug me in the back end and be okay with that as well.
Okay. Now, is there a hitter that predominantly you're facing right-handers, but with this rule change of facing three batters, you're going to obviously be facing lefties as well. Is there a batter that is, like, for you personally, a tough out for you that when you
well, I mean, it's the big leagues. Everybody's a tough out. There's no breaks. There's no free outs. It's all tough.
Yeah, but does anybody have what they call what Kruk and Kite call ownage, where you own somebody and somebody has kind of owned you?
Yeah, I don't know. Looking back at it, I try not to think about
don't
certain
don't
things.
look at that.
I think historically, I'm a reverse split guy actually, so I've fared better against lefties than I have against righties.
Yeah. So what do you think with the shift on him? You're a ground ball pitcher. Balls predominantly, stay in the infield with you. Did you like having the shift, or?
So we didn't use the shift for me at all. We played straight up for everybody.
Okay, even.
So this is the same for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, being a contact guy, but you still get some guys to go down on strikes. Your delivery fools people, and especially if they haven't seen you. What would you say is, your greatest asset as far as is it just throwing strikes or just making sure making contact? Is the goal when you're on the mound? Are you trying? I know it's situational. Sometimes it might need a strikeout, but predominantly, is it your goal to just try and get them to make weak contact?
Not necessarily that. It's more the goal is to just try and execute good pitches in the zone. If you happen to hit a swing and miss good, and if they hit it, and that's out of your hands how they hit it. Like however they hit it, that's how they hit it.
Yeah.
So basically all I can control is trying to attack the zone and get those counts. Try not get so deep and try and get them out in 2 or 3 pitches.
Okay. A couple non-baseball, questions pertain to your performance. Who would you say is your favorite player to watch? Just enjoy watching out there.
My brother's my favorite player.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I've watched every pitch he's thrown in the big leagues, and even if we have a game at the same time, I'll go back and watch it. And it's cool. Just it's rewarding for me to get to watch it and have success.
How cool is that? Like he said, he secretly, even if it was with the Padres, he's probably secretly pulling for you, but now he can openly pull for you and vice versa. That's got to be pretty cool, huh?
No, definitely. Yeah, we can root for each other out in the open now.
Yeah. So, what was your off season like? Did you take some time off away from throwing, like a month, or what? How much time do you take when the season ends?
Usually take like the rest of October off. Hopefully we're playing the rest of October this year.
Yeah.
But then November you start with the weights, get the body moving again, and then a little light toss and just kind of incrementally get it going to this point.
Yeah. Now you said you have a new son, right?
Yes.
Just about a year old now.
He was born in April of this year.
22.
So he's about 10 months now.
Yeah. Okay. That's got to be a fun age. He's probably starting to get close to walking a little bit, standing up.
Down the whole thing.
Yeah. That's exciting. That's exciting. Now, does your brother Taylor, does he have any kids too, or
no he
kids?
doesn't.
Okay. Well, great. Well, I wish you the very best this year and great success. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, this is Dan. Coach Emilio here. I'm standing next to Major League Baseball's tallest player in history. That's 6'11" pitcher Sean Jelly. Sean, you are obviously known for your height, but you're also a quality Major League pitcher. Last year, you made a couple of even starts, I believe, didn't you?
No official starts. There were some openers, kind of like that first inning opener, and then it was pretty much as many innings as I could take down was what the goal was.
What is the plan this year? Are you going to be a spot starter, or are you going to be working out of the pen? What have the Giants told you?
Part of that's kind of on me a little bit, and just what I can show the team in camp, and then the other part of that is just team needs. Obviously, we've brought in some really good arms during free agency this offseason, and so it's going to be a good friendly competition between all of us. And bottom line for me is just I got my feet wet. I got a taste of it in the big leagues last year, and I'm just kind of craving that, wanting more. So whatever the team need may be, I told Cap this, whatever the team need may be for the big leagues, like I'm more than willing to fill that role and just be a guy up there and be in front of the right eyes and take down innings in the big leagues.
Yeah. Now you came out of the University of Kentucky, which is known as a basketball school. 6'11" pitcher. Did you play basketball in high school? Or?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, were you have some pretty good success? Were you recruited at all for anything?
It helped in high school basketball being this tall, and I had a lot of fun. I love playing basketball. Like it's a passion of mine, but it was just, for me, it was always baseball. So if there was any coach or scout or whatever, from a college basketball program, it was I kind of told them early on all the time, like, hey, I want to go play baseball. So college recruiting for basketball wasn't really a thing for me because they just all knew I wanted to go play baseball.
Right. Now you were drafted, I believe, in the second round. Was it 2017? 18. Okay. So you're right on track, with your progression, making it up to the majors. What do you prefer? Do you prefer starting, or do you prefer coming out of the bullpen?
I just prefer pitching, really.
Yeah.
I've started my whole professional career. I came out of the pen actually my freshman year at Kentucky. I was the closer on the team, so got a taste of both. And I just love pitching. So like I said, whatever that role may be for me in the big leagues, I'm more than willing to take down innings. And if that role changes or evolves, then like I said, that's kind of on me and my performance and when I can go out there and show the team.
What would you say your go-to pitch is? Is it your slider?
For a strikeout, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slider.
I mean, coming out, I mean, at 6'11" and your delivery, I mean, you're pretty close to a lot closer to the plate than most pitchers. Is that you hear any feedback from teammates as far as it's tough to see the ball off you because of your height and your delivery and release?
I've always gotten a lot of feedback that ball kind of gets on the hitters a little bit, and which is good to hear from my point of view. Obviously, I want to keep minimize that time that they feel like that they had to react and get the ball on them, so to speak. It's funny though, the actual analytics of it. Obviously, I have a longer extension because I'm so tall, but I'm actually not like a really big extension guy in terms of like above average numbers on that, just in terms of the way I throw my arm path. But it's still just, I think the height advantage and the levers still give me that ability to kind of make it feel like that's how it is.
Yeah. Now, did you do any work this off season, like a drive line or anything like that?
Not a drive line or a tread. My wife and I, we bought a house in Richmond, Virginia this past summer. That's where she's from, and we moved back there.
Did you meet her in the minors there? Or?
I met her in my first spring training. She was actually working for the Diamondbacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's doing video production for the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
So I met her down here during my first spring training, and then she just happened to be from Richmond, which is where our AA is.
Yeah.
So it's
did you spend 1 year or 1.5 there at AA?
I finished the 2019 season there for about a month, and then I was there for a majority of 2021 season. So all in all, about a year or so piecing it together.
Is her family there too? Or?
Yeah, her family, her parents, and her sister and her husband just moved back in town as well. So.
Well, that was kind of cool. So were you married at the time when you were stationed at? I mean,
we were engaged.
Okay.
We got engaged. So. First few months being engaged, I was living with my in-laws. So that was a good experience getting into the family, so to speak, a little bit, and then getting to know all each other.
Yeah, what are the odds of that? Of being that you're traveling up the minor league system and then you're stopped right in your wife's hometown.
It helped with rent, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. How does that work with you guys? I mean, you talk about rent. I know as a minor leaguer, you get a stipend, and then you get so much.
Well, now I believe they have a housing system for guys in the minor leagues that the teams provide since they're minor leagues are now a part of the MLB.
That's
CBA,
right.
And I believe that they now provide housing for non-40-man minor league players, as well as I think there's a certain quota of minor league free agents. If you're making more than X amount a month, then they don't provide that housing for you. But from my understanding, most minor league guys fall under that, and they provide apartments and housing at all the affiliates.
Yeah. Now, how is it spending time in Sacramento? I mean, you go last year. You got called up a couple times and had to go back to Sacramento. Mm-hmm. Is that just part of the profession where you just get used to? Hey, I may be up, I may be down. You just got to roll with it, or?
Yeah, I think a guy in my position, first time, being on the 40-man roster and then getting a little taste of the big leagues and debuting last year. I think that's just kind of part of the business side of it a little bit. Is guys get optioned and they need availability of arms, and if I'm coming out of the bullpen and I throw 5 innings, I'm down for 5-6 days. So then I'm just kind of eating up a spot for somebody that could come in and take down more innings for the team. Well, I just kind of would have to sit there. So that's an aspect of it, and I think just knowing that and understanding that going in, you can just mentally prepare for those things happening, and also every time you get optioned, it's a chance to go back, learn something, and prove that you did that, and once you get back up, just trying to take advantage of those opportunities to not get sent back down and not really look back. And so you always have to kind of be up in your game and learning things and taking tips and tricks along the way to, keep your spot as long as you can.
Yeah, just describe what it was like the moment you got your first call up to the majors. What took place? How did it happen? Who told you?
My AAA manager and my pitching coach told me after a game in Sacramento, and so it was later at night, 10, 11 o'clock or whatever it is. So I went home, told my wife, woke her up, told my wife, and I actually drove to San Francisco that night.
From SAC?
From SAC, just so I could get there, as early as I could and get all my nerves out of the way, before I got to the ballpark. And while I was driving from SAC to San Francisco, it's about 2 hours or so, and it was like,
What route did you take? 80?
Yeah, I just took the highway all the way in. Yeah.
That take you over the Golden Gate, or did it come?
No, I
took
went down through Berkeley and then over the Bay Bridge.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I was actually calling my parents the whole way because they were in Minnesota, and it was like 1 or 2 o'clock at night.
Were they able to make it out for the?
They
first
were able
game?
to make. So my dad and my grandpa were able to come up. They were able to fly the next day and see my debut, as well as some other family friends, and then my wife and my 2 boys were there as well. So
Yeah,
that was pretty
I think I
special.
remember that game. I think you pitched 1 inning.
Yep, pitched 1 inning against the Cardinals.
Yeah, yeah. Now, where do you get your height from? Is your parents tall, or?
Both sides of the family are tall. I'm the tallest, but people on each side have their height advantages as well.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your time today, and best of luck of 23 and forward. And thanks again, Sean.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan.
All right, I'm here with newest Giants infielder, Brett Wisely. Brett, you were traded from the Tampa Bay Rays in the offseason to the Giants. What was that like, getting the word that you were being traded?
Honestly, it was pretty surreal. At the moment, I think it took like 2 or 3 weeks to sink in, but when I got out here for mini camp and kind of met some faces, met some people, things kind of sat in pretty well for me.
Yeah, now you're by trade a second baseman, but you also play short, right?
Yes, sir. I played short. I played a little bit of first, third, and left field last year.
What's your favorite position to play?
Probably second, just because I'm so used to it. I played there in college and then played there the first couple of years in the minor leagues.
Okay, now you small college in Florida, right?
Yeah, junior college, Gulf Coast State College in
Panama City, yeah. They got an airport there now, right?
Yeah, small one.
Yeah, Southwest I think even goes in there,
Really?
don't
Okay,
they?
yeah.
I think so, yeah. My son spent some time in college in Pensacola, so I kind of know the area a little bit. Yeah, yeah. So you're a contact hitter. You got a career. I think your minor league average is 284, which is pretty good today's standards with all the shifts. Did you face the shift in the minors?
The first 2 years I did, but last year in the minors they banned it, so I kind of got used to not shifting too much, so kind of helped me out a little bit.
How was that, the difference? Because now in the majors they banned it. Did you notice a difference in more holes open and your batting average climbed when they banned the shift?
I definitely saw a little bit more holes. You didn't have to barrel the ball as much to the right side to get it through, but batting average I don't know if it really played a big role in it, but it probably does in the long run.
Oh, okay. So what's it feel like? Is this your first major league camp, or did you
First major league.
Okay, first major league camp. So the Giants are obviously pretty high on you because you're on the 40-man roster. So you've got a legitimate shot at some point to be up with the big club. Is that pretty surreal to you to feel like?
I mean, growing up, always your goal is to be a big leaguer, but I feel like if I just play my game and do the best I can do, then maybe I will get called up. But if not, I'll play all year and hopefully stay healthy and just keep swinging it.
Well, describe to the fans that don't know you, what would you say your greatest attribute as a ball player?
I'd probably I'm not the biggest guy or the strongest guy in the room, but I'm pretty scrappy. I'll put together good at bats, and I'll just work my butt off no matter what they give me. I'll try to do my best at it.
You did hit, 15 home runs, though, last year, right?
Yes, sir.
Was that your biggest year of home runs?
My first year I hit 19.
Okay.
But, I wouldn't consider myself a home run hitter. I just feel like home runs are kind of accidents, and when you put the ball the right way, they just kind of get out.
Okay, great. Just some rapid-fire questions here. Favorite meal?
Ooh, I like a good steak.
Good steak? Medium rare? Medium? Okay. You steak and potato guy or seafood or any seafood?
I like some seafood too, but usually steak and potatoes.
Okay, great. How about favorite dessert?
Ooh, I like me a good brownie.
Good brownie.
Yeah, good brownie.
Okay. Favorite baseball movie of all time?
Probably Summer Catch.
Summer Catch.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see, what else? Favorite athlete of all time?
Favorite athlete? That's a good one. Probably Michael Phelps. It was fun watching him like take over the Olympics in swimming when he did it.
Yeah. Are you a swimmer as well, or no?
Yeah,
Just
it's just fun. Like I remember growing up watching the Olympics, and every time I watched him, he just won a gold medal. It's kind of fun to watch.
yeah. That was pretty exciting. Didn't he win like 7?
Yeah.
7. I think he matched Mark Spitz or something. Yeah. Okay. You're on a team. You got some pretty cool locks there. Some good hair. You got Brandon Crawford. You got Sean Mania. A couple guys. Do you have a fear of as you get older of ever looking like this?
Yeah, it crossed my mind because my dad's kind of got thin hair at the moment, so I know when I get older it's gonna come. So I might as well grow the hair out as long as I can.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best in 23, and hope to see you up with the big club this year. And all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, here with Giants catcher, outfielder Blake Sable. Blake, end of first camp, just got a few more days to go. Was just looking at the statistics for all of spring training here of the entire league, and you were batting, I think you had the highest on-base percentage at 500,
Wow.
highest OPS, second in batting average. It's been quite a spring for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a good time. I mean, I'm happy to be here. My teammates have made the transition, moving from team to team, very seamless. And I feel like, every day is just showing up to the field and just working on, the next thing and trying to get better, every day.
Yeah. Today you caught for 7 innings, caught Mania for 6.
Yeah.
He pitched well, only giving up 3 hits, one of them a home run, but 6 innings, 1 run. How's the communication being,
Yeah.
with you the only 2 Samoan battery mate in the history of Major League Baseball?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, that's, I think, the third, in-game action I've had with Sean. So I was just talking about it today with Bales and Albie. Just, the more reps I'm getting back there with these guys, the easier and more comfortable I'm becoming and stuff. And, Sean was awesome today. The changeup was, wicked. Like, we were able to go back and double up on pretty much any pitch. And, I thought the big thing that he did was really attack the zone, and he was super efficient. So it was pretty cool seeing him be able to get 6 in there.
Yeah, it was very nice. And so you also hit a double to the right, off the right field wall. I think it went off the right fielder's glove. Were you thinking 3 at any point?
Yeah, so I mean, off the bat, it's like, oh, maybe it's gonna get over. And then I saw, I think it was Jimenez out there, right? And he was getting close to the fence, and I was like, okay, I just wanted to land,
Yeah.
And then when it hit off the fence, I actually didn't see where the ball was, and so I thought about 3, and then I ended up just pulling up for 2, trying not to, push the envelope too much if I wasn't sure,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
because I wasn't sure, that's why I held up at 2.
Yeah. And later in the game, you came up, I believe it was 2nd and 3rd, had 2 strikes on you.
Yeah.
You ended up with a sacrifice fly. Were you just trying to drive the ball to, knock in the run, or were you looking to, go with the pitch? What were you thinking there?
Yeah, early in the count, I was looking to drive the ball. And, once I got to 2 strikes, then it was just about getting the job done. And so, he was going back to his changeup a lot there. And, I saw a couple shapes of it, and he left one up for me where I was able just to get the bat to the ball and get it far enough out there to score a run. And, there was actually, I had an at-bat, my first at-bat, I came up, similar situation, and, chased some sliders down and in. And so it was cool that, baseball gave me a second chance and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool, being able to bounce back and ultimately bring a run home there.
Right. Now, did you, this spring, you've stolen some bases. Have you pretty much had the green light, or you have to wait for the sign?
I've had it just depends on the pitchers. Today I didn't have the opportunity when I was on second and going third, and I think the mindset there was, and me being in scoring position, I have enough speed that a base hit I should score anyways. So there's no reason for me to try and steal third there with a good batter coming up and Brett. And then so, but like throughout spring training, yeah, I've had the green light, which has been pretty cool. And so yeah, just looking for opportunities, trying to get ready for season.
Yeah. Now, the stolen base, I think I've seen you've slid in feet first.
Yeah.
Is that your preference, or do you like to dive into second?
Yeah, no, I definitely have been a feet first guy. I don't know if you're familiar with the story of Corey Hahn. He was one of my older brothers, really close friends, and good ball player, All-American in high school. Ended up going to Arizona State University. I believe he works in the front office for the Diamondbacks now. But in his first game, collegiate game, he dove headfirst into second and was paralyzed. It was a freak accident. Wow. But he was close to my family, and from that point forward, my dad I remember him talking to me about it. I was like, hey man, I'd rather you just go feet first, even and there's some situations where if it's a close play and I see the maybe at home or something like that where I gotta be athletic and stuff, but I prefer to go in with feet first and with my left foot forward, back to the catcher, so if the throw hits me, it's not in my face, so
Yeah.
It's just I've been doing it since I was young, so that's always been kind of my preference.
Yeah. Well, you're 6'4"?
6'4", 230.
Yeah, with speed and a lot of athleticism. Today, you had one play where the ball was hit to first base.
Mm-hmm.
You were backing up behind the throw to Mania covering, and the throw was a little offline, and it kind of bounced over to the plate, and you came and actually kind of did a pop-up slide, which was pretty good to see.
Yeah.
Getting ready to fire to second in case that runner was going down.
Yeah.
Where do you attribute that athleticism to? Is that just something that you feel like you've been just gifted with, or is it just come natural to you? Because a lot of guys don't do that.
I think it's a little bit, my parents, definitely some genetics in there. But my dad was a big influence for me in baseball, and backing up plays and going 100% and like always being ready for the event that might happen is kind of something he always preached. I'm kind of learning how to work smarter, not harder now. Talking with my coaches here, just like being ready for that 162 game season. Like I can't be going balls to the wall like every single day and then not expect it to affect my body. So then like for me, I think it's just anticipation, and like, but because I didn't go just trying to race the guy, because that's something I love to do. Like I tried racing Trey Turner to first base during the USA game and stuff. Like today I kind of coasted him, kept my eyes on the play, and kind of saw where the angle of the throw was, and knew that I had to be in that area.
Yeah, I remember when I was in Little League, I had an excellent fundamental coach. He ended up in the Little League World's the Hall of Fame. He was such an unbelievable coach, and but he always used to preach that every player on the field has a place to go
100%
for every play. And so, when I was playing second base, it was like backing up first base on the throw, down the right field line, whatever it was. But everybody has a place, and you don't really always see that guys really understand the fundamentals of the game.
Yeah.
So I was very impressed to see the fact that you were there, and then you were able to immediately get behind, get the ball and be ready to, throw it to second if you needed to.
That's one of the, perks of being a catcher is, growing up was I had to know where everyone is on the field, and that's something that helps me when I'm playing left field or anywhere really. But like knowing where I need to be, where the next throw is going to be, and anticipating that. And that's a true statement of like there's usually always somewhere to be, and if the ball's in play, like there's a job for you to do no matter what position you are.
Yeah, as far as you've caught mostly, but you've played I think 3 or 4 games in left field.
Yeah.
Have you? Right field, left field for you any different? I mean, I know the angle of the ball off of a left-hander coming to left field, the slicing toward the line.
So I grew up playing catcher, and then if I had to if they want to give my legs a break. I usually played the right side of the field because, since I played first base too, and so they'd put me in right field just to kind of keep the angles the same. But in college and in pro ball, I've branched out to left field a little bit, and I mean that's the only thing is keeping your eye on which-handed batters up at the plate and stuff, and so knowing what the tail is going to do. And but otherwise, I feel like the outfield position is pretty
I
similar.
mean, I think does that give you an advantage out in the outfield, like when a ball's slicing, because you're catching sliders, splitters, in the dirt. I mean, you're seeing all kinds of angles on balls. Does that help you when you're in the outfield, seeing a ball that's kind of slicing?
I think they're two very different positions. I think the similarities that are there is, like you said, behind the plate, you obviously you got big guys like Sean throwing the ball as hard as they can at you, and the trick is to get comfortable enough to where you can slow it down. And I think the outfield, working with Antoine the last couple of days too, it's all about slowing down the ball. Sometimes, I've talked with Conforto about it. He said when you make mistakes in the outfield, you're trying to go too quick. And that's kind of the same thing as a catcher. You're trying to go too quick. Like your glove will come up, and that's when you'll clank the ball, where if you're staying relaxed and slow it down, you'll tend to be, in a better position.
Yeah, earlier in the week, or maybe it was last week, and I can't remember, you caught Tyler Rogers for the first time. How was that catching Rogers from that, low sidearm? He's almost throwing it from just barely off the ground.
Yeah, that was my first experience with Tyler, so I hadn't even caught him in a bullpen, so it was kind of good practice for me because, obviously, like, when you're in a stadium filled with people and stuff, you're like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen. You tend to want to speed up, but I thought mentally it was a really good day for me. There was a catcher's interference I had. There was a ball that went to the backstop, but I felt like I kept cool, and I was able to stick the last slider for a strike, where that was the pitch that got by me, was that riding slider, and that's very unique in baseball because it kind of defies gravity.
Yeah, is it actually rising, that pitch?
Yeah, no, it definitely looks like it's defying physics, so it's pretty interesting. It's a cool pitch.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's I did see it actually get by you, but it's like, I mean, that's pretty understandable the first time you've actually even been able to catch him. So, I mean, obviously that was an opportunity that Gabe wanted you to get in there and be able to see him before the regular season and everything.
Yeah, 100%. No, so it was a cool opportunity and stuff, so I never complain about being out on the field.
Yeah. So you go to Oakland. You go to Oakland for the first time this year. You get to be playing this weekend in the Bay Bridge series.
Yeah.
Ever played in a major league stadium?
I have. I've played in for the All-American game in high school. We played at Petco Park, and then in college we played at Dodger Stadium, I think 2 or 3 times. So I've been lucky enough to play a couple games in some big league fields, but it'll be my first time up in the Bay Area playing in those stadiums.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks for your time and good luck on the season. We'll looking forward to some great things in 2023 from you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Dan.
All right.
All right. Take care. All right. Yeah, no problem.
Here with Giants, really all-around player, first base, second base, even third base, DH, Wilmer Flores. Wilmer, this is what, your 4th year with the Giants? Or is it the
this was my 4th year.
4th year? Yeah. And you signed on for a couple more years, I believe, after this, right?
Yeah, that's right. A couple more years.
Yeah. Now, you had a chance to go into free agency, but you said you really liked being in San Francisco, felt home to you. What do you like about playing here with the Giants?
Yeah, well, it was an easy decision to come back since, we were close to agree to a deal, and it was just easy to say yes, and here I am, a place that, I want to stay.
Last year, I believe, can't recall, but I think it was close to 17, 18 homers you hit?
19.
19, okay. 19. Was that your career high?
That was my career high,
Yeah. I actually got a call. I was down in San Diego watching the game from the stands. I was just doing a little play-by-play. And it was the game Rodon pitched, the complete game. And you guys, you hit a home run late. I think it was the top of the 8th or something like that.
San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego.
Correct.
Yeah, I've got a pretty good call on it. It was a lot of fun to see that game.
I remember that one.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, you had someone on base put you up. I think it was 1-1 game and put you guys up 3-1.
One game, there were some men on first. Garcia was pitching.
Yeah. You really got a hold of it. It got out quick. Yeah. How was that feeling? I mean, that was a full house there at San Diego, kind of a must win because you guys lost the first 2 games of the series, and that turned into a pretty good winning streak for you. That started a winning streak for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Every time you hit a homer, you feel good about yourself. But it feels even better when it's a go-ahead homer, and it ended up being a winning homer. So that's even a better feeling.
Yeah. Now you just got to camp a day or two ago, and the reason is you had your first born child. Tell us about that.
Yeah, very excited. We had him last Thursday, and I flew here Saturday, and it was incredible. New experience for me, and I'm looking forward to it.
Is the wife and your son going to be able to come out to San Francisco for the season?
Yeah, definitely. They'll be in San Francisco. They're still in Miami. She's recovering, so they're doing well. Thank God.
Great. Well, congratulations on that. That's exciting.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best in 23. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right, there you go. Some interviews tonight. Some old interviews, I know, but didn't have a lot planned for tonight with an off night, so I thought I would just throw that out there. I tried to get Casey Schmidt live on tonight as we had him on in the off season. Reached out to Casey kind of late this afternoon, just thought, you know what? He's off tonight, maybe, but he was up in Seattle, wasn't able to make it. And so we'll try again, see if we can get Casey back on here, get some other players. It's getting to that time of the year where the season is, we enter September here in the next week or so. And depending on where the Giants are at, it's going to, September could be a real downer, or it could be something that very exciting. I don't expect it to be too exciting just because I think team is going to have a tough time. I think the schedule does not bode well for them. So we looked at the standings, the beginning of the show, or the scoreboard. We didn't actually look at the standings. We could take a look at the standings right here and show you where the Giants are now, because the games have been completed. In fact, let me just double check that San Diego score. If that is a final, it is. Mets won 8-3. So now we can update with the standings here. Let me pull those up, and I will bring those right up to you guys. There we go. Standings, ta-da, ta-da. There we go. All right. So there's the standings. Let me blow it up for you guys. Yankees now have a 1.5 lead on Baltimore, Cleveland, and that's getting exciting. The NL or the AL Central, 3 teams separated by 2 games. Minnesota and Kansas City, identical records, closing in on the Guardians, who've lost 2 in a row. Astros win again and gain a half game on the idle Mariners, who the Giants take on tomorrow night. And, of course, in the National League, the Braves beat the Phillies, and the Mets won against the Padres. So that hurts the Giants. We'll take a look at the wild card standings in a moment. Brewers running away with the NL Central, and the Dodgers starting to get a little bit of separation. If they won 4 in a row and 7 of their last 10, Dodgers now own, believe it or not, the best record in the National League, and actually own, look at this, guys, expanded overall. Dodgers, everybody thought the Dodgers were down. Bam. There they go. There they go. going to probably end up with Major League Baseball's best record as they get healthy. Max Muncy's back. Mookie Betts is back. You know, they'll probably win the division by 7-8 games at least over San Diego and the Diamondbacks. I think the Giants, right now, the Giants are, let me go back to the division. Giants are 11.5 back. I say the Giants finish somewhere around 17, 18 back. 77. Yeah, I think the Giants finish somewhere 18 games back, maybe as much as 20. That's what I see coming for the Giants. 17 to 18 minimum. All right. So let's take a look at the wild card standings, shall we? All right. American League, if you have any interest in that, it looks like a 4-team race for 3 spots. It's the Orioles and the Twins and the Royals right now, with the Orioles having a 2-game lead, and then Boston 3.5 back. So the Orioles have a 5.5 game cushion over the Red Sox. And I think it's those 4 teams. It's going to come down to those 4. I don't think Tampa has enough to get there, and I don't see Seattle getting there. Seattle's best chance is the American League West Division. Now, the National League, it's the Diamondbacks and the Padres. I don't think the Padres game's been updated. Maybe it has. I'm not sure. Let's see. I think it has. Let's see. Mets. Yeah. All right. It's updated because the Mets won yesterday. So there's your standings right there, guys. I mean, Giants have 3 teams on their tail, 2 within a game and a half, the Cardinals and the Cubs. But they trail San Diego by 7, trail the Diamondbacks by 7.5. With the Diamondbacks win and Padres loss, I need to change the hats behind me. I'm going to have to move the Diamondbacks into second place. I'll work on that. But looking at this, Braves have 59 losses, Giants 64. So 5 games get you tied, 5 losses for the Braves, but the Braves need to lose 6 more. Remember, I pointed that out. So 33 to go for the Giants. They really probably, for the Giants to have a legitimate shot, I think they need to go 22-11. I think they need to get to 87 wins. 87 wins, 22-11. Don't see that happening. If it does, wow, that would be amazing. But there's your standings, guys. Let me go to the chat. Hello, Dan. Everyone, be sure to like and sub. Thank you, Shell. Let's check out our chat members. Yes, Eddie K. Some of the videos have been seen, but we add new members and new subs all the time. I should say more subs, not members, but adding lots of new subs. And some people haven't seen these videos. And so kind of an off night. Thought we'd go ahead and show the videos. What else we got in here? Cliff Martinez, you should be interviewing Sarah Santos. Yeah, I wouldn't mind interviewing Sarah. She's a Major League Baseball reporter. I would like to. That would be a good. It's a good suggestion. Yeah. MF, I don't know if you're out there, if you can respond. I don't know what the hidden thing was. I'm trying to reach out to MF, but I don't know what happened. I don't even know what I did to hide his comment. I think the only thing I did was type in my height when somebody asked how tall I was, and I don't know how that affected the MF deal. But Anyway, guys, it's what else we got? Pack up the trucks for spring training. Yeah, it's pretty much there, guys. It's few more. This road trip could, just this next 6 games could bury the Giants. As I said earlier this morning, talking about Farhan, anything under 3-3 is a disaster for the Giants. I think they go 2-4, but there is a possibility where I see a 1-5. Seattle just got swept by the Dodgers, and then today they fired their manager, Scott Service. So Seattle's going to have a new manager tomorrow night, managing for the first time the ball club. And who are they facing? The Giants. So I think the crowd or the team is going to be motivated to play hard for the new manager. I don't know who they named. I didn't even have time to read the article today. I was busy. Does anybody know who the Mariners named? Is it an interim manager? Let me see. Mariners fire Service. Let's see if I can find who they brought in. I'm just looking here. Just looking through this article, scanning it here to see. Wilson. Which Wilson did they hire? Somebody named Wilson, 55-year-old. Anybody have that in the chat? Who the Mariners hired? I'm seeing a name Wilson, but I didn't see the first name. I'm just scanning this article on my phone here. The 55-year-old Wilson, who played for Seattle from 94 to 05, has served a variety of roles within the organization. I'm assuming that's the manager, but they usually say the first name and then they refer to the last name. Where the heck? Dan Wilson. Okay, thanks, Mark. I knew someone would come. Dan Wilson. Wasn't he a catcher? Did he catch? Anybody know Dan Wilson? Dan Wilson. All right. Couldn't get. Okay, Dan Wilson was a catcher. Yeah. Dan Wilson was the catcher. That's what I thought. So that'll be interesting. That how many catchers are major league managers? I mean, that'll be two catchers. Wasn't Scott Service a catcher too? I think he was. You know, all these guys catcher, Bruce Bochy, Stephen Vogt, that become managers. Mike Scioscia was a pretty good manager at this time. You know, catching leads to really understanding the game. You're the captain out there, so should be interesting. But guys, tomorrow morning we'll come back with the morning show. I say it's going to be 10:15. Originally it was 10, but I have to be somewhere every morning just before 10. Actually, just drop my wife off to work, and then I get back, and so I get back just around 10, so it's just easier to do it at 10:15. So tomorrow morning game plan, live. If it's recorded, I'll let you know. But, I'll tell you if it's a recording. And we'll just bring up, hey, what happened to MF? MF 49. I don't know, MF. Some glitch. I got to get my tech guys in the green room to find. I was trying to find it in YouTube and see if you were on some shadow banned list or whatever. I couldn't find it while I was on the show. I need a little bit more time to research it. I have no idea what happened. All I did is, this is your other account. Okay. trying to work and get you back in. I don't know what I did. I didn't even do anything with the chat tonight other than type that I was 5'11". So I don't think I did it. I don't know if one of I'm just really clueless. Good. Ryan says he'll fix it. I don't know how to fix it. I can do a few things, but I can't do everything. And did my phone battery just go dead? Wow. My phone went dead. Okay. Well, guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Really would appreciate the likes going way, way up, way, way up. If you can just hit those likes, it means a lot. Guys, you're welcome to join our show anytime. There's no charge. I know that there's other people out there saying, making little shots at us that we don't charge. Well, you know what? We don't charge either, guys. It's voluntary, okay? This bull crap that you got to pay to play here on this channel is ridiculous. Look, if you want to pay as a member, $4.99, help support the channel, it's appreciated, but it's not mandatory. Nobody's, spend a lot of time on here trying to put out good content, and we're working on other things. We'll be adding sponsors at some point, but I don't expect a sponsor to pay when I've got 200 members or 300 members or 1,000 members or even 1,500 members. When I say members, I mean subs. I don't expect a sponsor to pay. So I don't go out because I know I sponsored a channel. I sponsored the Krug Show in the very beginning. And, it's hard to get business when you're just growing. So ideally, the content creators, they talk about getting closer to 5,000, 3,000 to 5,000 before you are getting sponsors. But I have a loyal following. I know that we have 170 subs, I believe. So, the guys that want to point out that, you got to come, hey, we're just free here. We don't expect any thing from we don't charge to watch us. Look, guys, it's voluntary. You want to pay as a member, you pay as a member. You get a few extra perks. You have to decide if it's worth it or not. It's $4.99 a month. Okay. It's, basically, as some people have said, it's like a small latte once a month. So, it's not a big deal. I got to chuckle when people act like, we're demanding that you pay. No, it's a perk that's in part of YouTube channels. And you know what? To be a member, you've got to have a big enough channel to offer membership. So, for content creators to be slamming our show as though, we got all this membership stuff and you gotta pay. You know what? That's just chicken stuff. You know what I mean? Come on. Look, do your channel, do your own thing. We'll do ours. And plenty of space. I made a call out once, and I called out because I got tired of the beating around the bush of, referring to me without saying my name. Look, we know who you're talking about. So I just came out and called a spade a spade. That's all. But look, you guys want to be members, $4.99 or $7, go ahead and do it. If you don't, that's fine too. Okay. Believe me, it's an option. There's nobody in here demanding that you pay. And you know what? Every content creator I know does this to make money. Period. I'm not shy about that. I used to pay Eric when he was on this channel. You know, paid him every month a certain percentage that we had agreed upon. And, you know, Eric volunteered to help out, to be on this channel. He did a great job. He helped a lot. And, you know, as we got going bigger, he wanted to know if pay. And I said, yeah, absolutely. You help out a lot. So went ahead and we agreed on a payment, and, you know, he decided to move on and do something different, which is fine. That's America. You know, everybody has their opportunity to do what they want to do. This is, you know, there's no hostage taking and someone signed a contract, you signed it in blood, you got to stay here. No, he decided to move on, which is his prerogative. And, you know, wish him the best. But, you know, just taking every little pot shot that you can. And it's not Eric. It's not Eric. It's the other guy, you know, and he does it every time I've seen a little bit of it, his show. There's a little shot, and, you know, it's kind of funny, but so be it. So that's the deal, guys. You want to join as a member, join. If not, that's fine. Will Dieter come on again? MF says, yeah, he'll come on again. We'll get Dieter on again, depending on the occasion. Hopefully it's an occasion when Farhan gets fired. Not that I wish bad on Farhan, but I'm not worried about Farhan as far as financially. Farhan is fine. Farhan is better off than probably 99.9% of us financially. Okay. So will I feel sorry for Farhan losing his job? No. He's had the job for 6 years and he's done nothing but make the Giants a joke of a franchise. So I'm not going to worry about Farhan losing his job. He'll have plenty of money, and he'll go screw up another franchise. Somebody will pick him up. So yeah, the Fire Farhan video is out now. Check it out. There is a Fire Farhan video, guys, out there. Check it out. I don't know how many. Oh, my phone's dead. I got to plug it in. It's the first time I've let my phone die, and I can't remember when. But MF49er, MF, can Wade Meckler be good? I don't know if Meckler, he's got a potential because he's a scrappy guy. He's made it to every level. He might be one of those pinch hit guys. Pinch hit, fill in, back of the bench guys. But you know what? Wade Meckler cannot make your team unless you got a lot of stars. Look, the Giants' problem is they're starless, okay? Look at the Dodgers. Their first three guys, Ohtani, what is it? Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman. I don't know what their order is right now, but since Betts came back. Hey, Chardall, how you doing, bud? Betts, Ohtani, Freeman, Will Smith. Then they got Max Muncy coming back. They got Teoscar Hernandez. Come on. That's 6 guys. 6 guys. 4 of them, 3 of them are probably going to make the Hall of Fame. Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman. Those 3 are probably Hall of Famers. Then you got Clayton Kershaw, Hall of Famer. He's not much. He's not the greatest anymore, but you do have four probable Hall of Famers on their roster right now. The Giants have nobody. Nobody close. Nobody close. Hey, Chardall, hold on a sec. You want to, Ryan, put the link in the chat for me, please. If you could put the link in, I'll have Chardal come in. Hold on, guys. I got to go get a charger for my phone. I don't like having my phone dead. I'll be right back. Here, while Chardal comes in, I will play you. What can I play you guys? What can I play that will give you a minute of entertainment? How about this 45-second interview talking about a little kid I interviewed and his parents down in Scottsdale a year ago when Shohei was going to be a free agent? Here you go. So how many games are you going to stay down here for?
Just 2.
2 games this weekend?
Yeah, because school starts on Monday.
Oh, okay.
Missing Monday, but don't.
Yeah, okay. We won't tell too many people. Okay, so you're going to see tomorrow. You're going to see the Cubs, and then Sunday you'll be back here at Scottsdale and see the Reds.
See the Reds.
Yeah. So who's your favorite non-Giants baseball player?
Probably Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani. You hope he comes to the Giants next year?
He never will.
Spoken like a true Giants fan who's been let down one too many times. All right, he never will. Well, yeah,
You heard it here first, folks.
okay. All right, I'm back. I got my phone charging. There we go. Look at that. It's going to turn on. Okay, maybe I can get this back on. Got the cord in. Yeah, come on in, Chardal. I'll bring you on for a little bit. We're not going to stay on long. All right. Now that I got my phone back on, here we go. Waiting for Chardal to join. Hurry up, Chardal, and get in here. Carlo P., the NorCal Sports Network kid. Yes, Chardal. Now or never, Chardal. You better have your... Can I stay for the duration of the show? Sure. Come on in, Chardal. All right. We're waiting on Chardal, but we won't wait too long. It's 10:08. I'll give him till 10:10. 10:08. So the clock hits 10:11, Chardal. Oh, look at this. Caleb Rossi. Look at that. We'll wait till Chardal gets in. Hey, Chardal, how you doing? You got your mic
Hey Dan,
on?
how you doing tonight?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good, good. Hey, look at this comment. We got someone by the name of Caleb Rossi. Rossi or Rossi? I'm going to assume it's Rossi. Says he. What am I saying? He says, Chardal, I subscribe to your channel. Pretty good, huh? Caleb Rossi. Thank you.
Caleb, that's a big honor for you to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 300 subs.
Where are you at right now, Chardal?
I'm at home right now.
No, I mean subs wise.
I'm at 256 now. I'm at 257.
There you go. All right. Hey, what's the name of your channel? We'll get some people to subscribe tonight.
SG Sports Talk channel.
Hey guys, SG Sports Talk. Is that what it is? Yeah, SG Sports Talk channel, right?
Yes.
Let me go check.
You got that right.
Let me see if I'm subbed. Let me see. I might already be. SG. There it is. It pops right up. I'm subscribed. Look at that. See? I'm subscribed. SG Sports Chalk channel. Subscribed. You see that, Chardal, or are you not looking?
I'm looking.
Okay, I am subscribed. There we go. All right. Hey, go subscribe. Carlo P. subscribe. Awesome. Go subscribe. Dreg.
Hey Dan, how's your night going?
You know, it's not too bad, Chardal. I've had a little bit of chest congestion, and got this probably had COVID or something in July, like mid
I was
July.
at the San Francisco Giants game against the Chicago White Sox. Um, I was sitting in the 300 section over by first base. Um, it was a very heartbreaking game for me to see us completely blow it in the ninth inning, having the White Sox score 4 consecutive runs in the ninth inning.
Yeah,
Everybody left the game because they knew that the Giants can win.
yeah. I mean, 6-2. Giants aren't going to come back with 4 runs to tie it in the bottom of the ninth. Very unlikely. I mean, the team. It's Chardal. It's a rough team. It's a rough team. But
Who do you think's to blame here? Is Farhan to blame, or is the
Farhan.
players to blame
Farhan.
for the way the Giants are performing this year?
I think I put it on Farhan because he jacks around players. They get moved up and down. They get moved in and out of the lineup. There's no rhythm. Baseball's a rhythm. In fact, basketball is too. Football, you need to play. You need to play. But more than anything, probably more than any sport, is baseball, because it's tough enough to hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball when you play every day and you see it every day. But when you see it, this whole thing that guys go up there and work on things in batting practice. Yeah, you know what? I can go up there and work on things in batting practice right now.
Dan, I really love the YouTube
70
channel,
miles an
and
hour.
I love all the content that you have on here. I hope more people subscribe to NorCal Sports Network, give it more love. And I hope you'll get there, because people need to know about this channel. There's a channel like this all about the Giants.
Well, thanks, Chardal. Yeah, we do a lot on the Giants for sure. We've put in a lot of hours regarding the Giants. We've
And you definitely bring a lot of guests on here to talk about the Giants. Los sometimes comes on here. Bora sometimes comes on here.
yeah, and then we'll bring on special guests. We'll bring on Ned Coletti, Marty Lurie, Dieter Kurtenbach, Jeff Young. Oh gosh, I can't even think of all the guests we've had. We've had Kerry Crowley on here a time. We've had ball players, Casey Schmidt, Blake Sable, live. We'll be getting more of those. And, we work on it. It takes work. But, of course, Larry Krueger, the great one, Larry Krueger, was instrumental in helping.
Dan, it's a massive honor that you refer to me as a friend of the show.
Well, appreciate that. You are a friend of the show, Chardal. So appreciate your support. You're a member. You're a card-paying member. So
Dan, I appreciate that you had my back when Deloading said that a comment about me that he hates me and I'm that he doesn't want me on the show.
Deloading, is there a deloading, or
when
was
you were
it
doing the MLB draft show, and Deloading made that comment in the chat that he doesn't want me, he hates me, and he doesn't want me to be on the show.
Is deloading the same as D-Shot, or is that two different?
No, it's Deloading_1 was the name of the subscriber.
Yeah. Well,
I'm happy that you had my back, and then you told him that if he says anything like that again, you'll ban him from the chat, or you'll kick him out.
Yeah, I don't want, I don't agree with people's, taking personal shots at people. It's okay to disagree.
You're also a big friend of mine too. I mean, I love you too, and I love watching your content, and I love that you all had my back. Los had my back when Deloading said that comment. Bora was laughing at Deloading when he said that. So
yeah,
I appreciate that you have my back, because I always need to have someone like you I can rely on, trust on.
Well, you're welcome, Chardal. You're welcome. Hey, let me make this comment here. Mark Gray says we need more Ryan Smith. Yes, we will get more of Ryan Smith, especially at the end of the year when Golden State Warriors basketball heats up. I will
Dan,
have Ryan on quite a bit.
we definitely need more people like you because you're definitely a massive friend of mine, and I love everything you do. So more people need to be inspire, motivational and inspiring.
Okay. Well, thanks for your nice words, Chardal. Hey, I'm going to let you go because I'm going to get ready to close the show out.
Hey
Appreciate
Dan,
your
it was great. Thanks for having me on the show. I really am a massive fan of the NorCal Sports Network. I'm a massive fan of the Giants, and you bring a lot of great people on here, and you have a lot of expertise about the Giants, and it's great that you share that with all of us.
Well, thanks, Chardal.
But if
Appreciate it.
I'm
Hey,
not,
tell everybody about that about NorCal
guys,
Sports and
make sure to subscribe to NorCal Sports Network and Dan. He makes all this content for you guys. So if you don't subscribe to his YouTube channel, you're doing Dan a massive disservice. So please get him as he needs to have so much success on YouTube. So make sure to get Dan there because I I want him to get up there on YouTube, and he will get up there on YouTube one day. I believe it.
all right, Chardal. Hey, Chardal, have a great night. All
Hey
right.
Dan, if I'm not
Appreciate
doing
it.
anything if I'm not doing anything next time, I would love to hop onto your show because I love talking Giants, chopping it up with you on here. But I hope you have a great rest of your night, and make sure guys, make sure to subscribe to the NorCal Sports Network, and also make sure to subscribe to SG Sports Talk channel because I'm trying to get up to 300 subscribers. So if you could do any way possible to help me out, it would be great because I would appreciate that. But I hope you have a great one, and um see you later.
All right, Chardal. Take care. Thanks. All right, go everybody subscribe to SG Sports Talk channel on YouTube. Help Chardal out. Help Chardal get to 300. That would be, you don't have to look. I got subs that probably never ever even plan on watching this channel. There's people that just sub and then, I sub to so many different channels, I don't even know. Because if I find something that I like, I watch it, I sub because I think, well, maybe I'll watch it again some other time. So I don't, since I'm subbed, I can look down and say, well, what are my subs? What am I sub to? Oh yeah. So people, I know that, heck, we have 2,170 subs. We don't even have close to that watching at one time. So I know that a lot of people were subbing, so go sub to Chardal's channel. Help him out. Help him out. You know what? If he gets to 300, you'll make the young man happy. And that would be nice. Be nice to do something nice for somebody. Make them feel good. Caleb says, great show. Appreciate it, Caleb. And Eddie K says, Danny, I didn't know you were a saint. What a guy. I know that's sarcasm, Eddie. Yeah. As they say, if you know any of my flaws, just be happy you don't get to see all of them because I got plenty of them. Okay. Yeah. No one is perfect. Far from it. And, I'm just glad I have God's grace in my life because without God's grace, we're all doomed, right? Okay. So what else can we talk about before we close this show out? I think we'll just close it out here. I think tomorrow morning, guys, come at 10:15 for morning game plan. Starts right here, 10:15 in the morning, and it's live. Stay. It is live. Okay. So if you want to watch in the morning something about sports, we don't even know what the take will be. It's what's going on at the moment. We'll be here live. And if we can't make it, we won't make it. Got work to do. If it's pre-recorded, you'll know it's pre-recorded. And if it's pre-recorded the night before, I'll tell you it was pre-recorded the night before, okay? I won't even tell you I got up early in the morning to record it. I'll just tell you it was when it was recorded, okay? Full disclosure here, okay? So anyway, guys, thanks for watching NorCal Sports Network. I know you have many choices out there on YouTube, a lot of good choices out there, and lots of content creators. We're not competing against any content creators. We're just doing our own thing because there's plenty of room for all the content creators. And we'll be tackling the 49er content creators, getting in there. And, you know, there's a lot of people ahead of us for sure in the 49er world. But we'll make our mark and we'll give you the best content we can. I'll try to bring on the best people I know, and we'll talk it up with 49ers and Warriors, and I'll have guests, and I'll get, you know, different guests. I will get some pro athletes, some former pro athletes, like next Thursday night, guys. NFL head coach joining us, former NFL head coach, will join us Thursday night at 7 o'clock. You won't want to miss that. Just an hour before we go live with the Giants post-game show after next Thursday's ball game in Milwaukee. So next Thursday night, 7 p.m., interview live with former head coach in the National Football League, former player, and then we'll finish that show and we'll go into a Giants show. We'll jump on to a new link. And Carlo P making guesses, everybody making some guesses. We'll see who gets it right. So, guys, good to see Carlo P in here. How you doing, Carlo? Starting to cool down a little bit at nights, I imagine, in Utah. The one beauty of living up there is you get the cooler nights. Some warm days in the summer, but cooler nights. I am looking forward to cooler nights in Arizona. Right now, you know what? Let's just ask Siri what the temperature is in Arizona. Hey, Siri, what is the temperature outside currently? Oh, it's actually low. It's 88. 88 degrees. There we go. I thought she was going to speak, but get the music back on. 88 degrees. That's actually pretty good. It was 99 the other night. So, guys, thanks for joining. Sub if you haven't already. Like if you haven't done that already. We want to get those subs up. We've got a goal of getting to 2,500 soon. So tell your friends, family, would appreciate it. And again, membership, optional, purely optional. But we would like to add to the membership. If you want to do it, go ahead and do it. So, guys, have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 10:15. We got 3 live shows tomorrow, 3 of them. Okay? 3-pointer. 10:15 morning game plan, which is a 20 to 30 minute show roughly. Could go longer, depending on what's happening in sports, what's going on in my brain, what I want to talk about. Could be Giants, could be Niners, could be Warriors, could be something national. Okay? Then, tomorrow night, Giants take on the Seattle Mariners, and the game time for that particular game is 7:10. So, 6:45 pregame. And then after the ball game, right about 9:45 to 10 o'clock, the Giants post-game show. Mark Graves says should just make it 10:30 every day. You know what, Mark? That's not a bad idea. 10:30? That's a good time. We can do it at 10:30. Maybe I'll have Ryan do a poll and we'll just make it 10:30 for now. Between 10:15 and 10:30. But guys, have a great night. Catch us tomorrow, probably 10:30. I like Mark's suggestion. He's on the board of directors here at NorCal Sports Network. You can see Mark has the wrench. He's a moderator. He's a member. And if you take a look around the room, see that 49ers up there? That SF wooden deal and that metal ding up there to the right of the clock, those came from Mark. We move over here. That Golden State wooden plaque there, that came from Mark. All those hats hung up. I bought the hats. Mark helped hang them. Pretty much did it. And then we move around over here. I think we got one more wooden thing. Oh, right down there. Giants. Got to get that one up there. More hats over there. That Giants thing, that came from Mark Graves too. He needs the red one back. Okay, yep, that's for sure. That one's just hanging up there for now, but yep. No worries, Mark. All right, so 10:30 tomorrow, guys. Thanks for joining. See you in the morning. Everybody have a great night. Take care.